This giant statue watches over an entire city. From basically anywhere in Rio de Janeiro, you can see it. It's a silent guardian on top of a massive granite mountain, a colossal giant looking over millions of people. For almost 100 years, this statue is watched from the top of Corcovado Mountain, with its arms stretched out like it's going to hug the whole city. But the real story of why it's there, how they built it, and what it really means is way more insane than you think. Today, we're going to the top, to stand in its shadow and uncover the century-old secrets of Christ the Redeemer. Hello everyone, I'm your favorite host Lee. It's great to see you all again. Welcome to my show, Section 1, The Ascent. Our journey starts not with a crazy hike, but with this insane cogwheel train that's been running for over 140 years. The Corcovado Rack Railway is an adventure all by itself, a piece of history that's literally older than the statue. An emperor opened it way back in 1884. It started with steam engines, but in 1910 it became the very first electric railway in Brazil, a total engineering marvel designed to climb this super steep mountain. For decades before anyone even thought of the statue, this train was bringing people to the top just for the insane view. The train pulls away from the station, and right away, the world outside changes. The sounds of Rio disappear and are replaced by the sounds of the jungle. We're going into Tijuca National Park, the world's largest urban rainforest. And what's crazy is, this isn't some ancient forest. This entire jungle was planted by hand in the 1800s to save Rio's water supply. So we're literally riding through a man-made paradise. The 20-minute ride just builds the hype. The train climbs up the side of Corcovado, which means hunchback in Portuguese, and you can see why. Through the trees, you get insane glimpses of the city. Copacabana Beach, Sugarloaf Mountain, Guanabara Bay. You can feel the air getting colder. You're leaving the normal world behind. This train didn't just carry stone for the statue, it carried popes, princesses, and even Albert Einstein to the top. And now, it's taking us to meet the giant. Section 2, the story behind the stone, the why. So why did they build a 100-foot tall statue on a 2,300-foot mountain? The story is wild. It goes back to the 1850s, where a priest looked at Corcovado and had the crazy idea to build a giant monument on it. He asked Brazil's Princess Isabel for the money, but the idea got stalled. In 1889, Brazil separated church and state, and the project was completely shut down. For decades, the mountain was empty. It wasn't until after World War I that the idea came back, big time. A Catholic group in Rio got worried about a tide of godlessness and decided they needed a massive, undeniable symbol to reclaim the city for Christianity. They got the green light in 1922 to celebrate 100 years of Brazil's independence. This wasn't just going to be a statue, it was a statement for the entire nation. They launched a massive fundraising campaign called Monument Week, and the public response was incredible. The statue wasn't a gift from the government or some rich guy. It was funded by thousands of regular people. This was their monument, and they picked the most insane spot possible, the top of Corcovado, to make sure everyone in the city could see it. Section 3, the story behind the stone, the how. Okay, they had the why, but the how was a monumental challenge. How do you build a 635 TON statue on a crazy steep mountaintop? The first design was from a Brazilian engineer, Heitor da Silva Costa. He imagined Christ holding a cross and a globe, but people made fun of it, calling it Christ with a ball. So, they knew they needed something bigger. Da Silva Costa worked with an artist, Carlos Oswald, and they came up with a genius idea. Christ himself would be the cross. His arms would be stretched wide open, a symbol of both the crucifixion and a massive welcome. It was a genius move that made the statue something for everyone. Designing it was one thing, but building it was a global effort. A French-Polish sculptor, Paul Landowski, made the giant head and hands out of clay in Paris. The face was then sculpted by a Romanian artist, Gheorghe Leonida. They shipped these massive pieces to Brazil to be remade in reinforced concrete. A French engineer, Albert Caquot, designed a crazy internal structure so it wouldn't get blown over by the wind. The construction took 9 years, from 1922 to 1931, and it was an insane feat. All the materials, every last bag of cement, had to be hauled up the mountain on that same tiny train we rode. Workers put the giant concrete pieces together on enormous wooden scaffolds, An incredibly dangerous job at that height. But the craziest secret is its skin. The engineer thought bare concrete was too ugly. So he covered the entire statue in a mosaic of about 6 million tiny soapstone tiles. Soapstone is super durable and it glows in the sun. But here's the best part. Many of the women who helped stick the tiles on wrote the names of their families on the back. So this whole statue is literally covered in personal secrets and prayers. Section 4. The encounter. After all that history, you take the last few steps, and then, there it is. No photo can prepare you for how massive this thing is. It is absolutely breathtaking. You have to crane your neck all the way back just to see the top of the 98-foot-tall figure, which is on top of a 26-foot pedestal. Standing at the bottom, you feel impossibly small. The first thing that hits you is the detail. From far away, it just looks white. But up close, you can see the millions of hand-cut soapstone tiles. It feels both man-made and completely natural. You can't miss the Art Deco style, the clean, powerful lines. This is the largest Art Deco sculpture in the world. Then you notice the arms. They stretch 92 feet wide. It doesn't just look like a hug, it feels like one. It's like the entire city of Rio, the beaches, the mountains, everything is being protected under its arms. It's a gesture of peace that hits you, no matter what you believe. The vibe up here is a crazy mix. You hear dozens of languages. Some people are laughing and taking selfies. Others are standing quietly, and some are even praying in the small chapel they built inside the base. It's a world-famous tourist attraction and a deeply religious site all at once. You're just floating between the sky and the earth, looking at one of the most beautiful cities in the world, all while this stone giant watches over you. The feeling is just pure awe. Section 5. The symbolism and the secrets. The longer you're here, the more you realize this statue is two things at once. It's obviously a massive Christian symbol of sacrifice and redemption. That's why it was built, but its meaning has gotten so much bigger. For Brazil and for the entire world, it's become a universal icon of peace. Those open arms are seen as a welcome to absolutely everyone. It's become a symbol of Brazil itself, representing the country's warmth and hospitality. It's no surprise that in 2007, it was voted one of the new 7 wonders of the world. And then there are the secrets that make it even more legendary. The statue gets struck by lightning several times every single year. They have to constantly do repairs on the tiles and the lightning rods hidden inside its head and arms. It just had a major restoration for its 90th anniversary in 2021. Where they used special imaging tech to scan its insides to make sure it lasts forever. And they're planning a new interactive museum to tell its story to the next generation. The story of this statue is still being written with every single person who visits. So what do you think this symbol means? Is it an icon of faith, an engineering marvel, or a symbol of peace? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this insane deep dive, make sure you subscribe for more videos on the craziest places on Earth. Conclusion. Taking one last look from the top of Corcovado, the city of Rio is spread out like a giant, living map. The giant behind me feels less like a statue and more like part of the mountain itself. It was built from a desire for faith, but it has become a gift to the entire world. It's a monument to science, art, and religion, a welcome symbol for a nation, and a silent, constant reminder of peace and humanity, watching over the marvelous city, today and forever.